The high school game of the week on 23 ABC, Friday Night Live. Brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Live. I'm Stephen Hicks. We're here at Bakersfield Christian. Their matchup against Wasco kicking off South Sequoia League play. We'll get to the highlights in just a second. But here at Bakersfield Christian, they're being led by a new coach, Darren Carr, of course, the older brother to Derek Carr, quarterback of the Raiders. Darren brought on his brother David, the former #1 draft pick in 2002. He's the offensive coordinator. Over on the other side at Wasco, Coach Prado in his 9th year over there coaching for the Tigers. He's implemented this hard-nosed running style of play. So it was a good matchup on paper. Here at Bakersfield Christian, they of course had that run in 2013 under former head coach Gerald Carucci. They almost won that state title. So Carr looking to get things going in the season. They've had a tough start, 1-3 to start the year. Of course, a lot of that has to be attributed to the schedule that they've had. Brutal play, Ridgeview, Mission Oak. But could they get things going as league play starts up? Let's go to the highlights. First matchup of the South Sequoia League, Bakersfield Christian getting ready to take on Wasco. They look fired up for this one, and they would get things going early on. Quarterback Michael Foy would take the snap and give it to junior J.J. Flores. Flores would hit that pile and then bounce to the outside. He'd pick up that block there, and he would do the rest for the first score of the game. Very early in this game, but a turning point. 3rd and 31, Foy drops back to pass, and he goes deep to find Brock Dewfield. Here he is, Dewfield catches it. You see him coming up, surprising everyone that he caught that. The band loving it, and the Eagles are driving, looking for their second score of the game. They would get close. Foy again out of the shotgun. This time hands it again to J.J. Flores. Flores in for the score. 14-0 Eagles. Confetti showers raining down in the stands. Still first half. This time it would be Devon Miller who gets the handoff from Foy. He's usually a wide receiver. This time he gets the ball, bounces out to the outside. Can't be taken down. Instead just pushed out of bounds. So we switch sides. Foy this time dropping back again finds Brock Dewfield. And Dewfield looking like Reggie Bush in the USC days. Completely switching fields. Picks up a couple key blocks. And he would ease his way into the end zone. BCHS's band can hardly keep up with all these points. Still first half, BCHS again with the ball. And look at this play, the Wasco lineman trying to jump over. Instead, it's senior Kobe DeVries going up to get that one. A big first down conversion, and then Foy dropping back, this time looking to connect with Jack Chance. Chance catches it, and it's 28-0 BCHS. But Wasco would answer. They would get things going. Ricky Rios, he would drop back and find Jacob Sepulveda. Sepulveda bouncing out on the outside there, and there's nothing Eagles defenders can do. That is how the first half would finish, 28-7. Second half, how about more of the same from the Eagles? This time it's Bradley Western in at quarterback for the injured Foy. He breaks it on the quarterback keeper, this time leaping into the end zone, and he would score the touchdown. Eagles fans loving it in the stands. And how about for good measure, this time it's Western handing the ball off to Miller again in at running back. He breaks a couple tackles, a couple jukes there, gets to the outside and eases his way in. 42-14 is how this one would finish, and if the band was tired from all those push-ups before, they're really struggling now. 42 push-ups. They did it. I counted all of them. Eagles win this one big. Yeah, pretty convincing start to the league play for Coach Carr and the Eagles. And I caught up with Coach Carr after the game. You know, he was saying this would be a tough matchup against Wasco. During the week when we caught up with him during practice, I asked him how they were able to get off to such a hot start and where this team can go from here.
Kids working, man. I mean, all week we were just saying, hey, we got to find dogs. We got to start fast and we got to finish. And I think that's what we did. So. And
entering today, your guys' record might have been deceiving at 1-3, but you know, first game of league play. Yeah. What does this mean for the team for the rest of the season going forward?
I mean, we're gonna challenge the best preseason we can find, and we're gonna get teams that are good. I mean, we're gonna play teams that, I mean, that's gonna challenge us. We're not gonna just play teams just to play them, you know. So I think our combined record with those guys was like 12-3 or something like that. The preseason. So we're going to play guys, we're going to play tough, and I think it's a combination of just playing those guys and then playing your first division game and making the season 0-0.
Going forward goals, is it still at Valley? I heard at the end there that break-up team huddle.
They can break however they want, but I'm more focused on tomorrow and getting better. We're going to watch the film, we're going to see where we can get better, we're going to praise, you know, what they did really well, but we're going to get better, absolutely.
Yeah, Coach Carr very happy. He said there's a little things to nitpick, but they'll take a look at the film and try and get better next week. They play another league match against Kennedy. As for Wasco, they're going to go out of league play Exeter before returning to league play. Well, still to come, we've got a lot to get to. We'll whip around Kern County and bring you the scores from tonight's big matchups, plus a young man here at Bakersfield Christian who plays for more than just wins and losses. His inspirational story is next. It's Friday Night Live at Bakersfield Christian. Stay with us.
Friday Night Live, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries. But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing we can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
40 years, 6 generations, one feeling. Here's to the original sports sedan, the BMW 3 Series. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Right now, lease a BMW 320i sedan for as low as $279 a month.
Got a lot of land to work? Now during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get an M-Series tractor with a powerful 100 to 135 horsepower clean diesel engine, Grand X control technology, and the largest cab in its class. Get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years, or customer instant rebates up to $3,000 when you buy a new M-Series tractor. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit CaliforniaKubotaDealers.com.
Hold on a sec. Are we gonna make it?
Almost there.
Well, I landed too, so we can go over it again. Right here is fine.
Anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
So many things.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, Dad, that's gross.
Safe trip.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Mom.
For a limited time, lease the Audi A3 for $299 a month. Visit us at Bakersfield Audi, 6000 Weibel Road. Audi, truth in engineering.
Back in 1965, we could get a juicy hand-trimmed steak and tasty Malibu chicken for next to nothing. 50 years later, we still can. It's Sizzler's Craveable Classics, steak combos starting at an unbelievable $9.99.
Welcome back. We're still here at for Friday Night Live at Bakersfield Christian. The Eagles just wrapped up a very convincing 42-14 win against Wasco. They open up their league play 1-0 going forward the rest of the season. But earlier in the week, we went inside the program, and we have a story now for you of a young man here at Bakersfield Christian who's had to overcome a lot. A few have to go through what he's had to go through, especially at such a young age. But through it all, he's been able to rely on his faith and football. On a team of 40, it's easy to gloss over the stories of the individuals.
You don't know what kids go through, because I walked past him at least for 2 weeks. I knew him, but I didn't know his story.
Senior running back Jono Lohman has been a part of the football program at Bakersfield Christian for the last 4 years. One of this year's team leaders, few play with more intensity.
You see Jono running around. He doesn't take plays off.
But tragedy hit Jono early in life. In just the 6th grade, his father died.
Me and him were kind of two peas in a pod in a way, and we did everything together.
At the time, he was just 12 years old and wanted to be left alone. To escape the questions that followed losing a parent, he started to play football.
You know, I had a few really good friends at the time that just didn't quit and kept on me.
He played his freshman year, and in the stands for all his games was his biggest supporter. But that summer, his mother was diagnosed with cancer.
I had so many people telling me that she was going to make it through. Like, don't worry about it.
2 years after losing his father, and just before he would start his sophomore year, his mother passed away.
With a loss like that, you don't really get over it. You learn to live with it, and you learn your day-to-day routine.
And someone who's been there throughout his high school years is his older brother, TJ. He said there was never a question who would take him in, just questions about where to go from there.
It's a difficult relationship because you have to play the brother, but you also have to play the parent role.
And the kid's got every reason to kind of just stay at home get straight Fs and just go into the tank. He's got every reason to.
But instead, Jono has found comfort playing the sport he loves. And if there's still a question as to why he plays so hard.
Tomorrow's not promised. I am an advocate for that. I know that firsthand.
Before every game, he keeps the memory of his parents alive by writing their initials on his wrist tape.
He knows that that's what would have made our parents happy, him being successful in football or in school or whatever it is.
Both of his parents were Christians, and even after their death, TJ and Jono have been strengthened by that faith.
It's just been our saving grace through the whole thing.
And during games, Jono feels his parents watching him.
There's definitely a feeling, I get superb feeling of just joy that I don't get anywhere else.
And we want to say thank you to both of those men for telling that story. Neither one of them shed a tear in having to recant those very difficult life experiences. So we want to say thank you. And as for Jono, he's a senior. He's going on to college next year. He says he has plans. He's at least hoping to play football, whether it's Division 1, 2, or 3. He says he doesn't care anything to get back on the gridiron, to grind it out each and every week. And academically, he plans on pursuing a business degree. So we want to say best of luck to Jono. Well, still to come. A lot of big games here in Kern County, both Bakersfield and Liberty looking for their second win of the season. We'll tell you how they did next. It's Friday Night Live here at Bakersfield Christian. Back after this.
Friday Night Live, brought to you by Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the biggest little credit union in town.
One thing about living in Kern County is all these great rivalries. But despite all these rivalries, there's still one thing we can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our new auto rates as low as 1.24 APR up to 48 months or 1.74 up to 66 months. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
San Joaquin Community Hospital's AIS Cancer Center. We're your plan for cancer care.
Hi, I'm Dr. Luis Mariscal with the AIS Cancer Center at San Joaquin Community Hospital. From traveling to texting, technology has changed the way we live. In the war against cancer, it's also given us new breakthroughs that have improved the way we diagnose, treat, and recover from this deadly disease. For example, our new breast center at San Joaquin Community Hospital is home to the area's most advanced 3D mammography. A recent study by the American Journal of Medicine determined that 3D mammography is 41% more effective at detecting invasive breast cancer. Today, we're able to catch cancer earlier, leading to better outcomes. Through video chat, our team meets weekly with the doctors from UC Davis. These virtual tumor boards allow us to share ideas and collaborate on the best treatment plans for our patients. Advanced radiation treatments that used to take 2 to 3 hours now take minutes. The AIS Cancer Center is home to the area's only TrueBeam linear accelerator. With this technology, our patients receive precise radiation that focuses on the cancer cells while minimizing the damage to nearby organs. Best of all, treatment can be completed in as little as 60 seconds. The AIS Cancer Center, we're your plan for cancer care.
San Joaquin Community Hospital's AIS Cancer Center. We're your plan for cancer care.
Upgrade to the improved 23ABC smartphone and tablet app.
Welcome back. We're still here at Bakersfield Christian as they open up play of the South Sequoia League with a convincing 42-14 win over Wasco. Their record improves now to 2-3, but as Coach Carr said after the game, it's more important that 1-0 league play, their league record. Now let's take some look at some scores around Kern County. This wasn't the only big game going on. Ridgeview has made light work of their non-league schedule so far behind playmakers like Lawrence White and Jamar Moya. Tonight they faced a Stockdale team that, despite their 1-2 record, has looked pretty good, and Stockdale actually jumped out in front of Ridgeview in that game, but they lost pretty convincingly. Ridgeview pulled away 43-22. And how about Clovis in action tonight against Centennial? The Golden Hawks, in their first year under Chad Brown, they entered with a 3-1 record. That one loss was against a second half collapse against Clovis West. Clovis just edging out 28-7 there, and there was some reports in that game that a Clovis player had to be stretchered off, ambulanced out, and another report that Centennial quarterback was injured as well, so we hope both of them recover. Now, looking for their second win, two teams, Bakersfield and Liberty. Bakersfield at home against LA Salesian. They win this one convincingly 44-8. They'll take on Ridgeview next week. Meanwhile, Liberty going up against Cathedral Catholic down in San Diego. They lose to the Dons 24-10. They get a break, though, from that brutal non-league schedule with a bye next week, and then they open up their league play finally after that. Meanwhile, East lost big last week to Highland. They traveled to South to face a Rebel team that has dominated them throughout the season. South wins that one 33-10. And then two teams that we saw on Friday Night Live earlier in the season. Highland out. They're missing their star player, our athlete of the week, Chance Cooper. They fall 13-7. Well, that'll do it for us here tonight at Bakersfield Christian. We want to say thank you to everyone here at Bakersfield Christian for welcoming us in, and be sure to catch us next week.